Guys, what doesn't attract you to girls? Fake nails. They are sharp. I'm afraid for my eyes. I don't like it when they try to get a guy's attention by flirting with other guys. Usually, the guys they are trying to attract see this and instantly lose interest in the girl. Smoking. Sometimes you see a very beautiful girl, but as soon as you smell cigarette smoke from her, all her attractiveness immediately disappears. Overdoing it with makeup and orange face, white neck syndrome. Oh man, I've said this so many times. Do they even look in the mirror? Don't they see that their neck and face have two different shades, clearly divided by the jawline? Lighting in the bathroom and lighting outside are two completely different concepts in the world of makeup. I don't see anything wrong with setting the tone for our conversation on the first date, but I hate situations where I'm the only one asking questions. Yes, I want to learn more about you, but I also want you to show interest in me. Exactly. I hate it when a date feels like a job interview. I give girls one chance before I leave, saying, well, this feels more like an interrogation than a date. If they're even slightly interested in you, they usually start asking questions after that. Duck lips and overly thick lips in general. If they don't suit you naturally, don't make them. I had one date where the girl didn't learn anything about me at all. Every time I tried to mention something about my life, she would turn the conversation back to herself. Apparently, she didn't care about me at all. But even so, there's no need to be that rude. We spent 2 hours together. If I had stolen her purse and run away, she wouldn't have been able to tell the cops anything about me except for my appearance and my phone number. The same things that don't attract women and men: anger, cruelty, bullying others, manipulativeness, hygiene issues, some silly things she just can't let go of. My buddy once broke up with a girl because she didn't wipe properly. So poorly that there were stains on her underwear. I remember him telling me, I didn't know how to bring it up with her, so I lied and said I had too many issues and now wasn't the best time for a relationship. He could have saved his relationship by buying a bidet attachment online for $20. Best $20 I ever spent. I don't even know how I lived without it all this time. When she tells everything to her friends. I had a girlfriend who loved showing my intimate photos to her friend. Then that friend would message me and tell me about those photos. It felt like I was dating both of them. There's one awful quality I've experienced after finishing college and starting to work. Some girls insist too much on moving in together and starting to live together, even if you've only just started dating. I get it. You no longer want to live with your parents, but now it feels like you want a relationship not with me, but with my home. And I don't like it when they try to move in quietly. When a girl brings more and more of her things into your home, and one fine day she has no reason to leave anymore. She starts living with you without any discussion, and you have no idea how it happened. Unhealthy obsession with social media. Similar to that, I don't like girls who constantly, like 4 or 5 times an hour, make posts like, look at me opening my mouth to this rap track. Women who turn relationships into their hobby. Undoubtedly, being in a relationship is great. It requires attention and time, but it's not the only aspect of life. I can instantly recall several of my relationships where women would constantly call me at work and try to monopolize 100% of my time. I remember how many of them would get offended and angry when I explained to them that I have other interests not related to them. Many of these women are very concerned about men playing video games, hanging out with friends, etc. But, come on, I don't spend all my time on that, maybe just a few hours a week. There are too many people who have nothing going on in their lives, so they try to turn their relationships into a constant hobby. I was very happy when I met my wife. She had her own career, interests, and hobbies. Even now, we spend a lot of time together, but there are days when each of us is busy with our own things. It's not cool when you constantly have to entertain someone. Underrated comment. If I meet a girl and notice she's starting to mark her territory, I'm out immediately. This is a common problem. The only solution is to stop answering calls at work and not give up evenings with friends. Because if you give in and lose all of that, then the relationship will become your hobby too. As a result, both of you will become boring people. And boring girls don't like dating boring guys. How ironic. I know a guy who's dating a girl who constantly belittles him, justifying it by saying, "She's just joking." He sort of plays along, but after the third joke in a row about his micro penis, it usually stops being funny. I don't think I could date someone like that. I knew a similar girl. Instead of calling her boyfriend by his name, sweetie, bunny, or something else affectionate, she called him a piece of shit. When he proposed to her, after a while they did break up. She literally said, "Oh my God, you're my piece of shit." Like, we get it, you're very vulgar. But could you at least sometimes call him something else? Total and complete inability to handle their own finances. You know, I have enough of my own money problems. Even worse when they criticize you for being stingy, when in reality, you're just responsibly managing your spending. I have one steadfast rule. If she can't save money and has no desire to learn, we won't work out. When they pretend that a bunch of guys are interested in them. This often works with girls. They like chasing after guys who are popular with other girls, but it usually just turns guys off. When they act like princesses and pretend to be naive and stupid, and when they want to be constantly chased after. Sorry, but I don't have time to play along with your fantasy where I have to constantly fight for you. Don't approach me if you're under 180 centimeter tall. Then don't approach me if you weigh more than 60 kilos. This height thing, I never got it. I'm 162 centimeter tall, and any guy taller than 173, 175 centimeter seems tall to me. I don't see the difference between 179 centimeter and 188 centimeter. Although I would prefer to date a guy who's taller than me by a few centimeters, so I can be shorter than him when wearing heels. But I think these rigid standards are meaningless. I'm sure it's because girls get really turned on when they have to look up at us. I hate it when a woman expects the man to do everything for her, but doesn't want to do anything herself. Relationships are a two-way street. For a couple to succeed, both partners need to be invested in each other and try to understand each other. Obviously, this doesn't always work out, but there have been times when women expected me to do everything. I had to pay for everything, give compliments, spend time, attention. Fortunately, now I'm happily married, and my wife also puts in a lot of effort for our family. Standard Reddit response. I don't like it when a girl has a bad attitude. Honest answer, I don't like fatties. Agree, overweight girls don't really attract me. I take care of my health and prefer girls who also think about it. Unwarranted arrogance and unnecessary narcissism. Like, yeah, you're hot, but not enough to act like that. Such chicks get ditched right away. No level of attractiveness gives someone the right to behave arrogantly. I don't care how hot you are. If you're a terrible person, I'll get up and leave in the middle of a date. Lack of any interests. For me, there's nothing more attractive than a woman who is passionate about something. Work, hobbies, anything. And honestly, I don't care whether I like her activity or not. She just needs to have one. Oh, this should be the main response. I simply refuse to believe that there are people aged 24-35 who haven't developed any interests throughout their entire lives. Nevertheless, it seems like they are the majority. Our everyday life can be very stressful, and people without any hobbies and interests don't understand why we engage in them. They see it as a waste of time and money. But people need to spend time on themselves. If you don't have interests and you don't spend time on yourself, then you're probably a boring person. So you play video games, do you get paid for that? No? Then why? Are you a child? Well, I like to eat well and sleep well. Poor hygiene. I like both chubby girls and even those who aren't conventionally attractive, but if you smell bad, goodbye. If you take care of yourself, regardless of your body type, it will greatly enhance your attractiveness. Many overweight people should pay attention to this. I weigh 131 kg, but I take my hygiene very seriously. Yes, it may take me more time to find a partner than my thin friends, but that doesn't exempt me from taking care of myself. I had this cool ex, and we broke up without much trouble. But She was always scared of everything. At first, it didn't bother me. I was constantly supportive and tried to help her overcome her fears. However, over time, it started to get on my nerves. Part of me still believes that she wasn't so much a scaredy cat as she wanted to appear cute and make me feel like a big protective man. I was always surprised at how quickly she could switch from nervous breakdown mode to I won't look around when crossing the street mode. Damn, she was afraid of everything, from lakes to rocking chairs. She was afraid of the scary darkness in the middle of summer, at 4 in the afternoon. Maybe I'm a fool, but it seems to me that every time she got scared of something, she just wanted attention, closeness. Thanks for watching. Write in the comments, what repels you about girls? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There will be many more interesting videos ahead.